What would life be without coffee? I don't know, but it's a world I definitely don't want to live in. Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, this just does not work. Wow. Welcome to another edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because literally, you can't sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. There's always things happening late in the evening, late at night, in the middle of the night, so you got to find out first thing in the morning, did something happen with the Cowboys? Well, fortunately, this has been a quiet off season. There's been no Zeke Elliott situations, although TMZ has tried. There have been no drunk drivings. I know we still have quite a ways before we get to training camp in July. But thus far, this team seems to be focused. Oh, boy. We've got 30 visits this week with some of the top names in the draft. And one thing that has been true about the Cowboys is every one of their number one draft picks, which they've done really well since about 2010, has come to Dallas for a visit. So pay attention, because one of those guys are going to be who we draft. Now, with the lack of quarterbacks that are there in the NFL, probably 5 quarterbacks are going to go before our draft comes up, which means there's going to be a lot of great players, named players out there that are going to fall that probably wouldn't in most years because you don't have that many quarterbacks taken early. So you could see possibly a Vita Vea. You could see a Will Hernandez. You could see a Calvin Ridley. You guys know how I feel. I am a guy who believes in the line first. The offense and defensive line dictates everything that you do. If you can control the line of scrimmage, you can do just about anything. 2016 showed that. The holes at the offensive line was opening wide up. Zeke Elliott literally was not being touched till he got 3 yards downfield. 2017, not so much. 2017, we got a lot of pressure on Dak Prescott. You'll remember just the one game against the Atlanta Falcons that Claiborne literally made a name for himself. So if all things were equal, I know we brought in a lot of wide receivers. Hypothetically speaking, if Calvin Ridley is sitting there, if Will Hernandez is sitting there, if I were the GM, instead of making the sexy pick for Calvin Ridley, a lot of people say you draft him, you get rid of Dez. But I'm not sure that he is a true number one. He's not a big body like Dez is. Sure, we'd save some money by letting Dez go, but I'm not sure that he is going to help the team. Will Hernandez, on the other hand, that is if Vita Vea's not there. You take him. You keep Collins in the same spot, so it's not jumping from position to position, from being a guard to a tackle back to a guard. We've done that experience with Byron Jones, and I think Byron Jones' growth has been stunted from going from cornerback to safety and cornerback to safety and now cornerback. He becomes a jack of all trades but really doesn't master any. I do believe that Collins is a better guard. However, you eventually have to go ahead and settle on a position. But Will Hernandez could be a starter day one. You plug him in, and now you're back to an elite offensive line that's opening holes for Zeke Elliott. If they're opening holes for Zeke Elliott, all of a sudden we've got 8 men in the box, which means you got single coverage on your wide receivers like Dez, like Cole Beasley, Fleming, Thompson, whoever is going to be out there. All of a sudden, they're going to be open. It's going to dictate everything that you do on that offense. It'll give Dak Prescott more time. And the first half of last season, just like Vash pointed out last night, Dak Prescott was carrying the team. Zeke Elliott was only averaging about 3.7 yards the first games of the season. And Dak Prescott willed him to win. Unfortunately, once you lost Tyron Smith, once the defense couldn't hold, he couldn't do it all on his own, and some of the faults started to show. So I believe that Will Hernandez would be the pick on those. You guys may disagree with me, but in my mind, you win from the offensive line. This team change the narrative once they start focusing on the offensive line. Now, on the flip side, what we've done with the offensive line of getting studs on it, I believe we need to do on the defensive line. We've always had great ends, but we've been kind of soft in the middle. I still believe we need to focus on that defensive line. It's going to be interesting to see how it goes, but guys, we are only 3 weeks away from the draft kicking off. 3 weeks. 2 weeks and 5 days, me and the gang will be on the road headed to Dallas. This thing is growing by leaps and bounds every single day, and I'll be honest, I can't wait to get there. So tomorrow night we'll be live streaming 9 o'clock Eastern. I've got a bunch of shout outs I need to do for donations that people have made towards the draft and things, and they'll be added to our drawing. Tomorrow night's drawing, we will be drawing for a Charles Haley autographed Joe Boo t-shirt. So, guys, appreciate all the support, and we'll be bringing you any news that happens on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo, and we will see you guys later.